snipped every single one of the locks off, just to strengthen their case, because they said the locks were damaging the bridge. 6 or 7 weeks ago, over in the River Seine, over in Paris, there were so many love locks on the side of a bridge that they pulled the guardrail off the side of the bridge down into the River Seine. Now, nobody was injured or nothing happened, but just to prove their case, they said no more love locks, and they snipped them off every single time.
Ah!
1, 2, 3!
Ah!
You want to be a Viking? Buy a ticket. Any of our visitors on board interested in some live Irish dancing and music? 7 nights a week, the Arlington Hotel coming into view on the left hand side, the building with the flags and the flowers on it. During the day, it's an ordinary bar on the restaurant, and in the evening time, that's when the entertainment starts, normally around 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's when it normally starts in there. And directly ahead, O'Connell Bridge. We're going to be turning right over O'Connell Bridge. O'Connell Bridge is named after the man himself. On the left-hand side, Daniel O'Connell. And then further up O'Connell Street, you will see the spire plate, 120 metres tall and 3 metres wide at the base. We'll stop there just for a little second. Yeah. Daniel O'Connell. As we drive by slowly, you will see bullet holes in his arms and in his chest. That was from rising we had here in 1916. The English army were up here on O'Connell Bridge. They were shooting at the rebels who had taken over the GPO, which is halfway up O'Connell Street. A couple of the shots missed and hit the statue instead of the rebels. And the kids down the back. Do you all like school? Do you think it's your mammy's and daddy's fault forcing you to go to school?
Yes.
Do you know what? It's not. I'll tell you whose fault it is. See him, Daniel O'Connell. It's his fault. Before he was around, if you didn't want to go to school, you didn't have to. He passed a law in the Irish Parliament dated 1831. Any young child living in Ireland must have an education. So that's his fault that you have to go. Kids, give him a boo! Parents, give him a hooray! Yay! Getting rid of his pesky kids for a little while. The needle is called the spire. The spire. It's 120 metres tall and it's 3 metres wide at the base. It's just art. It's just there. It's just there. Yeah, it's just there. And there's no particular meaning. Just, it's there. Yeah, there you go. Further on down, on the left-hand side there, Liberty Hall, the glass building with the green box on top, used to be the tallest building in Ireland, until the people in Cork built the Elise Tower. Now that's the tallest building in Ireland, but that's still the tallest building in Dublin, 195 feet tall. And further on down, the Customs House, designed by the same famous English architect, James Gandon, that did the forecourt earlier. Oh, I feel a roar coming on. Look at all these guys waiting on the bus on the left. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3! Jeremiah in there. This is College Green we're coming into now, but back in Viking days, this was called Hoggan Green. It was our marketplace and our meeting place. Us Vikings would come down here with the goats and the cattle, try and sell them on, bring down the wife, trade her in for the younger model, you know that kind of way, as they try to do. And directly ahead, the Bank of Ireland. Now the strange thing about the Bank of Ireland, it's got no windows. It's got no money either, but that's another story. Just don't tell the Germans we spend it. Now the reason it has no windows, when this was being built, we were still under English rule. This was originally the Houses of Parliament for the English government here in Ireland. Dated the year 1729. In the year 1750, the English Parliament introduced the window tax. The more windows you had in your building, the more tax you had to pay. They didn't want to pay it, so they bricked them up. The Bank of Ireland did not take over until 1804, that's when they took over. On the left, Trinity College. The famous English queen who founded Trinity College was Queen Elizabeth I, and that was back in the year 1592. That was called the Young Presidents here in Ireland. Catholics weren't allowed studying there until the late 1700s, and women, ladies, weren't allowed studying there until 1904. Hasn't been the same since. I don't really get a clap out for that, but you're too far behind me. Not a clap, a clatter.
Get you on the way out.
Just here on the left, that's where you see the Book of Kells. Into you go through the Douglas Hyde Gallery and into the Long Library. That's where they are in there. Now I reckon a lot of you on board, you've already seen the Book of Kells and the Long Library, and you don't even know it. Do you know that the Harry Potter films? The library in Harry Potter's in Hogwarts is the library in Trinity College. That's where it's filmed, that's where it's made. And Star Wars #2, Attack of the Clones, the Jedi Library, that's it in there as well. Lucasfilms were in there, filming away. Now this is Nassau Street. A lot of visitors come down here to get gifts and souvenirs to bring back to the people at home. You can get her. And have a look at the height of the bridge that's coming up. How on earth are you supposed to get underneath that bridge? This is a lift. It's a water lift, like you see in a hotel. What you do is, you bring your canal barge in here to that chamber. You close those gates behind you. Then you open the sluice gate, and that chamber, all the water goes away, and you go down. Bing! And underneath the bridge you go. The difference in the level of water from one side of the bridge over to the other is 18 foot. It's a huge drop right down. Now that's okay if you're going with the water. If you're coming against it and you come into an empty chamber, that's an 18-foot wall of water being held behind those two gates up there at the front. You better hope and pray that they're all right. Solid oak they are. They've been there for hundreds of years. Perfectly fine. As we go through here, the building, as we turn the corner, it'll be on the left-hand side as we turn, the red brick building, the Schoolhouse Hotel. Used to be a schoolhouse, now it's a hotel. That's a lovely place to go in. Have a couple of drinks after work, have an evening meal. There's a fabulous restaurant in there. If you do go into the restaurant, tell them that Dougie from Viking Splash sent you. See what happens to you. You'll end up in the canal, probably. Now this part of Dublin City has a name. It's called Beggar's Bush. Now I need to speak a little bit quietly because of the houses around here. Now we've got the name Beggar's Bush, not just the crossroads here, but the whole general area. Because this is where all the thieves and the beggars used to hang around, and they would ambush the rich merchants going into Dublin City behind us. It was very like the story of Robin Hood over in England. He used to rob from the rich and give to the poor. Us lads here, we used to rob from the rich, but we kept it. See there? That's why the English army built the British army barracks around the corner here. I'll show it to you now in a minute. They wanted to stamp law and order on this area, clean this place up, so people could live here in peace and start building houses. Today, it's known. Before we go in, we need to turn this from a truck into a boat. A second. Very, very tricky. There you go. For the boat now. Couple of safety switches. That does something. That does. Where are we going? That does. That one, and that one. Now, here we go. And it floats. Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, diddly dee diddly dee dee. Oh, you, chitty chitty bang bang, diddly dee 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 dee. The kids are going, what? Gee, who? What are you talking about? This is the Grand Canal del Basin, open for business in the year 1796. Out there there's the O2, which is a concert hall, previously known as the Pint Depot. Now there's an A-frame sticking out of the water here, and there's another A-frame in the distance, connected by a zip wire. This is for wakeboarding. What you do is, you grab hold of this yellow rope hanging down, and you go up the top there. If you're good enough, you hit these ramps on the way back, and you go into the air, do a somersault, and splash back down again. Now, to be honest with you, the fellas that do this, the fellas and the girls who are really good at it, so what? They do spins and jumps, yada yada yada, so what? It's the fellas who think they're good at it. They're the ones you want. They hit the ramp, They realise halfway up the ramp they're not as good as they thought they were, and they go whoa, straight down onto their face into the water. Yeah, that's funny. In this area, fresh water. There's lots of fish in here, perch, roach and pike. There's even a couple of eels knocking around the place. Here's Captain Pat coming up on the left hand side there now. Are you ready? Let's give him a big Captain Pat roar. 1, 2, 3! Ah! Down here they use this as their own personal swimming pool during the summer months. They dive down and have a swim. That's basically what this place is. Think of a swimming pool anywhere near your own houses and homes. Multiply it by 1,000. That's what this is. It's a huge square box full of water, 22 foot deep, 7 meters to the bottom. This is not a river, it's not a lake, it's not a stream, nothing. There was nothing here completely. This was an empty farmer's field, specifically dug out so the tall ships could come in here and load and unload their ship's cargoes. That's exactly what this place was built for originally. Now there's an area coming into view here, just on the right hand side. See the graffiti on the walls and the cartoon characters up on the wall there? Do you know the ad on the television? You know, for Sky Sports at the minute? Your one is busking away, she's singing a song. Your man, calm down. Now you can bring me in a straight line down the middle. Alright, that's fair enough. Those red brick buildings on the right hand side coming into view, the Charlotte Key apartment complex. Oh Jesus, was he in Guinness's earlier? Was he? Were you? Out here, come on, out here. A few famous Irish people in there. Van Morrison, the singer, he has an apartment in there. Andrea Corr from the Corrs, she has an apartment. Hollywood actor Colin Farrell, he has an apartment in there as well. You're grabbing away to get twisted up the lid then. And some of the lads from U2. Now they don't live here. This is not their house. This is not their home. This is just an apartment in Dublin City. Oh look! You're getting your picture taken. Daddy's getting a picture. Go on, turn around and get a picture. No way you're going!